Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the shed. I'm Lonnie. It is time to do some eBay work. Sold some stuff on eBay and I need to pull orders this morning first, and then we'll look at some questions and comments. Do want to remind you that if you did enter the mug contest, watch the last video to see if your name was picked. I had a couple people respond, and I'm going to be shipping out those mugs today. But yeah, just go watch that video if you haven't yet. Okay, first thing I pulled are these comics right here. I have 6 Cave Woman comics going out. Let's see, one order was for $39.98 plus shipping. Another order was for $34.98 plus shipping. And then another order plus $34.98 plus shipping. So, what's that, 90, 100, about $110 in comic orders, not including the shipping part. And the only other thing I think I have going out today is this. I need to check my third account, but I don't think anything's sold there. This is one of those key fob things for GM vehicles with the receiver, and it got $69.99 plus shipping on top. So nice, easy shipping day. A little bit low on sales. That's like $290 before shipping on sales. No, $190 before shipping on sales. $290 would be perfectly adequate sales day. So, but that will give me time to list even more comics. Morning, everyone. It's Lonnie. It is the next day. It's going to be 2 days in one on this vlog. I might be doing this a pretty good bit here over the next couple of weeks, just to give myself a little more time to do work on eBay, because I have so much unlisted inventory. It's ridiculous. I don't think y'all have any idea how much unlisted inventory I have. But I've been working on, there's comic crap all over the place over there. That's what I've been working on mostly. And it's going really well. My listing is going well. The sales from those listings are going well. So I think I need to keep my nose to the grindstone. And I have all kind of media to list. So anyway, there are some sales to pull today. So let's get started. There's going to be a pretty good many comic books in this episode, and probably future episodes too. But you see I listed a bunch of these graphic novels, and some of them I already had listed, but I'm listing them at a fairly good deal, and I'm trying to bundle when I can, because when I look these up, most graphic novels aren't worth a ton. Maybe they sell for $5 or something, or sometimes 10 or so. But anyway, I allotted these 3 Buffy the Vampire Slayer omnibus. Well, they call them trade paperbacks or graphic novels. And then there's these 2 Angel ones that I think is somehow connected to the show. So I bundled these together. Got $19.99 plus shipping on top for those. And yes, these will be going media mail. There's absolutely no advertisements in them. So they're illustrated books, basically. Of course, I'm selling the Cave Woman comics. Selling a bunch of those. And sold these 2 on one order. Total is $52.98. You'll see the breakout there on the screen. But $52.98 for those 2. And I have another big order. One guy bought... Well, hang on, I'll show y'all. And here are the other ones that sold. This stack of 8 right here sold for $152.92 plus $4 shipping. So, and like 8 of them I can ship in one of... I actually did order some mailers, because actually I'm out of my vinyl mailers. But I ordered, somebody said in the comments, raise your hand if it was you, talked about these Gemini comic mailers. I have so many comics that I decided to go ahead and order some. So they should be here, I would guess, today or tomorrow. I ordered 200 of these Gemini comic. They're made just for comic books. They look really sturdy. So yeah, anyway, these Cave Woman comics are doing awesome. All right, I got the comics packed, and I went ahead and pulled these photos so I wasn't trying to one-hand them. And yeah, I sold 2 of them. I sold this Diana Taurasi signature photo for $39.99 plus shipping on top. They were actually playing, this is Connecticut and Tennessee, they were actually playing at LSU, which is where these guys play. Good segue. 6-0 in the SEC right now. I don't know how long it's going to stay like that, but right now they're on top. And the other photo is Roger Federer. Very, very dark photo with just him lit like that. It's kind of cool. But anyways, I got $199.99 plus shipping on top for that one. So some good photo sales today. I've had these forever. This thing right here, Spark 1 gigabyte. So kind of 1 gigabyte media by SideQuest is brand new sealed. Sold it for $4.99 plus shipping on top. One more order to pull today. I listed a bunch of box sets yesterday. These are all sealed. I wanted to keep them on this shelf, so I like started stacking them like this or whatever. But right now I'm looking for Elementary Season 1. It's right here. Right there on top. Sold that for $8.99 plus shipping on top. And I listed those sealed box sets for anywhere from $4.99 to the most expensive one I think was like $39.99. But that was for like a Bruce Lee collection or something. So most of them I would say, well, let me look at the numbers. Okay, I have it on the spreadsheet. I listed 44 total box sets or seasons or whatever you want to call them for $455.55 total. So average about $10 a piece. And took me, I was dragging, I was enjoying myself watching stuff. It was very leisurely work, about 3 hours to list the 44. Okay, let's do a few questions slash comments, and just a couple probably, because then I need to get back on these comics, on this comic grind. I just got back from the post office, by the way. This is an interesting question from Jason Ross. This doesn't have anything to do with this particular video, but I always wonder what percent of resellers do you think give up within a year? I know the percent of YouTubers giving up is high, but I wonder about actual resellers. I don't find it that hard to make decent amount of money at it, but I wonder if the time-consuming nature of getting to be at least a decent reseller leads to many people giving up. That is an excellent question, and obviously I don't have that answer. I don't know. I've been watching YouTube videos about reselling for maybe 4.5 years, and I've been making them for almost 4 years. So I can only relate my own experience, and I could tell you that just about all of the viewers that used to comment on my videos when I first started, there's a few, just a couple, that are still there today. And you know, I don't mean just on my videos. I mean like when I watch other people's streams or in the comments, they don't seem to be anywhere around. That doesn't mean they're not there. Maybe they quit just watching videos. Maybe they're still reselling. But I have to think most of those people that I don't see anymore may have quit reselling. But I don't know that for sure. I know a lot of YouTubers, like Jason said, a lot of YouTubers that used to be around, they aren't there anymore. You know, you see channels pop up, they do videos for 6 months or 3 months or 4 months, and then they disappear. Are they reselling? I don't know. But I have to think that I also agree with what he said, like the first year or two of reselling is extremely difficult. I found it anyway. Maybe I'm a slow learner, but it takes a while to learn. And I'm not saying I'm there, because I'm still learning. Like every year that I've been a reseller, I look back like at videos from the previous year, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was buying that, I was doing this, I was doing that. That's one reason I like making these videos. Like if I go back and look at some of the first videos, not the videos themselves, but the actual stuff I was buying and selling, I'm like, oh gosh, it's like cringe, really cringe. And even like I look back a year, I'm like, don't buy that, dude, what are you doing? You know, so I know how much you learn and grow and get better at this year over year over year. But I also know that most people, if they're not properly funded or don't have the work ethic or think it was maybe going to be easier than they initially thought, and then, you know, that's not the case. It's very, very hard work. I think it's an extremely, extremely high turnover rate for people that resell. Maybe not part-timers quite as much because they can vary the amount of time they spend on it. But as far as like people to go, I'm going to go full-time resell, I'll bet you that it's got to be 90% quit in the first year, I would think, something like that. But I'm making that number up. I don't know. Down below, how high do y'all think the turnover is of people that try to do full-time reselling? It's got to be like one of the highest ever, because this is so much harder. So much harder than I thought it was. The amount of work I put in now is double the amount of work I put in when I first started, because I had no concept of how much work it was going to require. Okay, one more question. Does eBay have a limit on the total number of listings you can have without a store? The store or not store doesn't change the total amount of listings you can have. That's based on the account, and I guess like how trusted you are or how much business you've done. I've got 3 different accounts, and they have 3 vastly different limits. And it's based on how much business I've done on them. And I haven't really, like, even on my second store, once it got up to a point where it was enough, then I didn't do anything else with it. But, okay, for instance, here's my second store. I have 312 items listed there for $6,226. I can list 3,380 more items, so I'm not even close there. I would never use that much. 18,500 is my limit there. I mean, I could potentially hit that. So, you know, one way you can increase that, there's a button. I don't want to rearrange. I'm done. Okay, there's a button there, request to list more. I'm going to click that real quick and let's see what happens. Okay, now here it says, here's some ways to list more items on eBay. Talk to us on the phone. That's the only way. So I've done that before on my main account where I call them, because like my main account, I was trying to list a bunch of stuff and my limits were just low, even though it was an older account. So I would call them every month until finally, and they would ask questions like, where do you get your stuff? And I'd be like, mostly garage sales. I think what they're trying to do with these questions, they're trying to make sure you're not a drop shipper, because they don't want you to, and they're trying to make sure you're not going to like commit fraud or something like that. You know, take in a bunch of money and then bail. You know, that's the risk that they're looking at there. But yeah, so that account has those limits. And if you're curious, I'll show y'all some more limits. I'll show you my brand new account. Okay, here is my new account right here. And I had to call them and beg them to do this so I could actually use it. But I can list 100 items for a max of $5,000. And so far I've sold 11 items for $288, and I have active 12 items for $299. And that's going to be more. It's going to be a lot more, because I'm going to be listing more stuff on that third store. But that is one where I opened that account and then I immediately called them. I said, look, I have these other accounts. Can you take a look? Can you help me out? Just bump it up a little, please. And they bumped it up. But if that account was brand new, I didn't have the other accounts, they would have wanted to see some sales history first. So they bumped it up to $5,000. I'm sure they'll bump it up even more if I need to later. But just for fun, on that account, I'm going to click on request higher selling limits. Let's see what happens. Here's some ways to list more items on eBay. Confirm your account info, upgrade to a business account, or talk to us on the phone. So I have more options here. Apparently I don't have a business account. I don't even know what a business account on eBay means. I should know that, but I don't. But anyways, anybody know what that means? Like, what is a business account on eBay? Okay, so let's look at the last store. Okay, here is the information for my main store. And this is weird because it says 967 items listed and sold. I don't know what that time period would be. Maybe that's right. But this says 28,682 listed and sold. I wonder when that's from. Maybe that's from the new year or something. Because I have just a little bit less than that listed right now, like 26 something thousand listed on this account. So anyways, my limits on this account are 2 billion items and 2 billion total value. So I don't think I'll ever, like, what can I sell? Islands, yachts, a lot of them. But yeah, let's request to list more. Thank you for your interest. We'll let you know when it's more widely available. So I cannot list more than $2 billion in inventory or 2 billion total items. And I never, I requested that number to go up to, like, I don't know, 20,000 items and $30,000 or something. I don't remember what the numbers were. And then after a while, they just, like, upped it to that. I don't even know why. I never requested that. So yeah, they want to see you perform on that eBay account, and then along with a certain amount of nagging them. Hey, we up my limits now? Hey, we up my limits now? You know, very nice, of course. Hey, I want to list some more stuff. I'm up against the limits. I think I've got a pretty good history of treating the customers right. Can you please help me out so I can list some more stuff? You know, like, position it like that. And I've found that they generally will do what they can. They have told me, this is a long time ago, they have told me, though, that they can't do it more than once a month. So if you talk to them and you get a little bump, notice what that date is and then try again a month later. Like, that's the best I can tell you. So yeah, that's all about, that's everything I know about eBay limits anyway. So that's going to be it for today. Thanks so much for watching. I will see y'all again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.